not gonna lie to you guys, I don't really know which direction this is going. It's interesting. It's interesting. So before we started filming, my husband Kevin, who knows a lot about AI and actually did a course a few years ago at MIT, handed me my computer, and in it he had put a prompt into ChatGPT about what kind of a dessert I could make. And what he said was, create a dessert hybrid of a cookie, brownie, cheesecake with chocolate and fruit that can be made from scratch in less than 30 minutes. It instantly generated this recipe. I'm just seeing it now for the first time. I'm going to gather all the ingredients and let's see what comes out the other end. So here are the ingredients that the recipe called to get. Cocoa powder, plain flour, powdered sugar, cream cheese, softened butter, vanilla, chocolate chips, a raising agent, sugar, and an egg and some salt, and then some raspberries. So the first step, as per the recipe, it says preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius, which I did. It also says line an 8x8 square pan with butter and parchment paper. I also did that. Okay, so it says in a medium bowl, whisk together your dry ingredients: flour, cocoa powder, salt, and baking powder. Now, just off the bat, I would say sift these ingredients. Me personally, I always sift cocoa powder because it has moisture in it and tends to be lumpy. But I am following the recipe and what it says, so I'm not going to make any judgment until the very end. Then it says, set it over to the side. In a large bowl, cream together our softened butter and our granulated sugar until light and fluffy. So I have my hand mixer here. I'm sure you can also do this by hand. It doesn't give that instruction. So just so you have some context, what we do for a BBB recipe is a lot of research, a lot of recipe testing, and recipe development takes days. Sometimes we have to retest and retaste, and it could take like weeks. And it takes a long time, and it kind of shocks me a little bit that you put a few prompts into AI and instantly you get this recipe. And I'm going to reserve my opinion until the end, but it does make me wonder, is this the way of the future where people are going to start to do this for recipes and just get what they want, or are they going to still come to websites like mine where we put a lot of attention and care into getting the perfect recipe right every time? Also, I want to note no photography because they literally made up the recipe. We spent a lot of time and energy on photography, so that is definitely something that I miss making this recipe, is a picture of the final. Okay, so that's nicely creamed. Next line is add in your egg and your vanilla extract. So now it says gradually mix in the dry ingredients until the dough comes together. So we'll do that. I might do this step by hand because I know myself that'll be easier just from experience. This is a little bit hard to mix together. Oh, it's kind of coming together now as a dough. You can see that. Maybe I should have kept on using the machine. This dough is pretty firm to come together. I thought it was going to be a cookie, and I kind of have a feeling it's more between a brownie and a cookie. The dough is very stiff. It's not like a batter like a brownie batter would be. It's more like a dough. So now I'm really curious how it's going to end up. But anyway, into this stiff dough, I'm going to fold in my chocolate chips. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't really know which direction this is going. I'm thinking it might be a really chocolatey cookie. I'm not 100% sure. They're kind of saying it's a cookie and I'm not sure. So anyway, let's move on to the next step. So here's my cream cheese. It has been softened as per the recipe's instructions. Now what you want to do, it says just cream these together with the powdered sugar. I will say that normally a cream cheese layer, because that's what this is going to be by the looks of the recipe, it's a cream cheese layer, it would have an egg in it. It would have an egg in it to set it and make it more cheesecakey. So I don't know what's going to happen when you just bake cream cheese with a bit of sugar in it. So we'll find out. We'll find out. So just so you know at home, there is a correct way to write a recipe, and there's kind of a wrong way too. If there's a correct way, I suppose there's a wrong way. And the recipe isn't written exactly how I would write it. And normally standard for a recipe is the ingredients are listed as they go into the recipe, as they're used in the recipe. The ingredients are mixed up and going in at different times. So it makes it a little bit confusing when you're used to reading recipes a certain way. So now we're seeing the dessert come together a little bit better. We're doing layers here. So we have our cookie layer, our cream cheese layer, and then we have our raspberries. So it says here in the recipe, oh my gosh, this is stiff. Put half of the dough into the pan. Then it's saying do the cream cheese layer next, and then spread it out. Not a really thick cream cheese layer, kind of thin. Now it says sprinkle over the raspberries. I had frozen in my freezer, so this is what I'm using. I'm sure it's totally fine. So the last thing it says to do is to drop the cookie dough over the top. And like I said, it's really firm and a bit sticky, so I'm going to try and flatten it out a little bit. That's not really working. And put it over as best I can. If you can get it kind of spread out, I'm guessing, as much over the raspberries. It's saying cover the raspberries, but I think the best chance I have is just kind of like dolloping it around. So what we have here is kind of, I'm guessing, like a cookie cheesecake slice. Like, I think it's a nice idea. I like the sounds of it. The combos are correct. Cream cheese, raspberries, chocolate, that all sounds good. The only thing that I don't think AI can generate is knowing how it's going to taste, if the textures complement each other, if the texture is right. And this could be a very dry, hard cookie. And if it is with soft raspberries in the middle and cream cheese, that's not going to be great eating. It could be a really like soft, moist, brownie-like cookie. Then it would be absolutely awesome and like soft and delicious. So I don't know yet. None of us know. So let's get it into the oven and we'll find out soon enough. So bake your raspberry cheesecake cookie layer, raspberry cookie thing at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius. It says 18 to 20 minutes. I have to say I'm skeptical. I think it's going to take longer, but we'll see. So the 20-minute timer just went off, and just as I predicted, it's not baked yet. It's probably, I'd say, 10, 15 minutes off. The cheesecake layer isn't baked. The cookie is kind of raw on top, and unfortunately it didn't spread out like I was hoping it would do. So I'm going to put it back in, let's say another 10 minutes, and cross your fingers. Okay, here we go. I did have to bake this for 15 minutes extra because I just felt like that timing was not right. It looks good, it smells good. The cookies didn't bake and like melt out like I thought that they would and kind of cover the top. It's interesting. It's interesting. My one thing is I wonder when it actually goes like cold, will those cookies get really hard and be actually quite difficult to eat. But anyway, I'm going to cut it up and we can have a little look on the inside. And look at that. Wow. So I really do think it's a mix between a cookie and a brownie. And then you have the lovely layer of cream cheese and the raspberry. I'm going to put it on a plate now and get Kevin to come in for a taste test. Okay, so I think the burning question is, can AI generate a recipe that works and is edible?
How did it do and how did you do?
Well, we're going to find out now once you taste it.
I taste brownie.
Yeah.
I definitely taste the fruit. So it was supposed to be a cookie brownie cheesecake.
Yeah.
With chocolate and fruit.
Yeah. This is a brownie meta cookie. So if that's what you put into the AI, this is exactly what that is. It's a brownie cookie mashup. I have to say, it is tasty. It tastes good. Raspberry and chocolate, yes. Cream cheese and chocolate, yes. Cream cheese and raspberries, yes. Yeah, no, it's good. It's not. You can't complain about this.
A little crumbly.
But that's because it's warm from the oven. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think out of a 10, I'd say this is a 7. This is not bad.
That's awesome.
It's actually really starting to grow on me.
So this video was all about how good an AI recipe actually is. Let us know in the comments below what other sort of AI recipe videos you might want to see.
Yeah, and I recommend you try this. It's actually really tasty and easy too. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again really soon.
See you soon. I'm gonna have another.